You good? You good?
Oh, whatever.
All right. Welcome to Hey EW. I am RJ City, and my guest is wrestling funny man, Colt Cabana. Hey.
EW.
Good. You watched the show? You've seen the show? You've seen the sign, certainly. Let's begin at the beginning. Before you were slinging clotheslines and punchlines, you played football at Western Michigan University. It was the Western Mishmash, the Mishmen? Who were they?
Can we just stop this?
What, already?
I don't...
It's too much.
I realize I don't want to do this.
Okay. If it's too much...
that was not a cry. That was a, like, what am I doing here?
Okay. All right, we can stop. We can tear down.
All right, I feel bad now. Sanjay's not even here to laugh at my jokes.
Shh, nobody knows it's Sanjay.
Oh,
Gave it up. Thanks a lot. You're just ruining it already in every way you can. Let's move on. You purposely played football because you, and I quote, said, when I was wrestling on TV, I wanted them to be able to say I went to a Division 1A school. Did they ever say that?
Jim Ross did.
Really?
When I debuted here at AEW.
I don't recall him saying that. I just remember them always saying about you, he likes to have fun. He likes to have a good time.
I specifically said, Jim.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I walked on to Western Michigan University Division 1A football, where I was the worst Division 1A football player of all time, but I only did it so you could say,
wow,
wrestler, Colt Cabana, Division 1A football.
And only in that one moment he respected you, which I think is incredible. You were literally like the only football player to not immediately get signed. Do you think your mistake was wanting to be a wrestler?
Of course,
yes.
Because
if you didn't care about this business at all, they would have snapped you up in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a degree.
I think this is going well so far.
You're gonna just talk over my questions? You knew we finished that segment, and then I looked down at my notes.
You're so fast at zipping these out. Yeah. I want to throw you out because I've seen, yes, I have seen them, and you love to dominate a guest.
Well, it's my show.
You love to just dominate a guest.
Yeah?
Your show, if this was the show of wrestling, we give, we take.
Right, as opposed to you who just let Greg Valentine speak for 40 minutes uninterrupted. You really did pioneer the business of merchandise for an indie wrestler. You're integral to the success of Pro Wrestling Tees, and I just want to thank you because I have a box of 50 shirts that have been sitting in my garage for 3 years.
Why?
So
the whole point of Pro Wrestling Tees is to buy on demand.
Yeah.
Why are you not buying?
I wanted to go to the shirts. I wanted to be like you. I went to go to the shows and say, I got these, and I have old women staring.
You're thanking me for you not being over and able to sell T-shirts.
I think it's a little bit of a multi-level marketing scheme. Like, let's con the wrestlers like me into buying the shirts in bulk.
Why are you throwing Tony's name into this?
What's up with Chicago?
What's up with Chicago, says the host.
Like, I don't get it.
First of all, my accent gets thicker and thicker when you talk about the pride of Chicago.
Yes, clearly.
It is a
sound like a butt kiss.
I take that as a compliment. You sound like a Ditka.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
With no T, all right? Chicago, beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's...
Why does AEW run there every 3 weeks?
Why wouldn't you?
Are we gonna burn the town?
Are we gonna burn it?
Yeah.
If you mean by hot gas, fire, the kids use the term. When I play Fortnite, they say gas, and I'm like, what?
Fortnite, okay.
Yeah.
You thought you reached a younger demo on this show? They make Tony Shalhoub references?
Yeah, it's such a great point.
You have a billboard of your face in Chicago. Are you gonna burn the town?
Not just my face.
This whole thing
Everything,
here.
yes. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Brian Urlacher, I am coming for you.
All right, hitting the local markets. That's nice.
You know what that gets you?
What?
Local work.
Very nice.
And hey, if AEW is gonna run Chicago every week, I'm gonna be a local star.
You are a podcasting pioneer.
Wow, you've dropped pioneer twice. You are lazy when it comes to, you don't even own a thesaurus in there?
You're a podcasting innovator.
I'll take it.
You did Art of Wrestling, and you really elevated the discourse of this business. You would say things like, oh, that's fascinating, Tito Santana.
Never had him on.
Do you ever take responsibility for everyone who's remotely associated with wrestling now having a podcast?
No.
Really? It's kind of your fault.
I just said I was ahead of the curve, and I say that wrestling is always 5 years behind the curve.
Right.
And so I was just
on time.
I was on time.
You do wrestling.
I do wrestling.
You do comedy. Which has more insecure people?
Well, what do you say you do?
A bit of both.
Yeah. Then
Because my insecurity spilleth over. You know what I'm saying? I need 2 containers to hold it all.
Well, because I think you are one of the most insecure people. So whatever you say you're dabbling in, that's the answer.
Which has the more people sweating for no reason?
The audience and all of them.
Which has more current performers idolizing problematic past performers?
Oh my, no comments.
Which has more stealing of other people's acts?
Oof, it's a great question.
Did my research.
Yeah, you're good at this.
Thank you.
Let's just, you said it, it's out there.
Okay, people going over their times.
You said it, it's out there.
Bad career advice?
I mean,
All right.
just rock them all.
Scam
Don't
promoters?
Stop doing it as a question and just say them.
Bootleg shirt designs, petty politics, larger companies dictating how the smaller ones should do business, athletes thinking they can do it without really trying that hard, and filling emotional voids through performance.
Yes. Yeah, you nailed it.
Tell me one of your jokes.
One of my jokes?
Give me one of those Colt Cabana jokes.
Here's one I used to do on the road with Mick Foley when I opened for him. Maybe you've heard of him.
Hope the setup isn't too long.
I know, this is, you can't like say a joke with, especially the way that you look at me.
No, those people will love it.
All right, I'll say it casually. I would say my girlfriend, no, I would say this girl I was dating had said that life is really hard and that she's hit rock bottom. She doesn't know what to do next. And I would say, oh, that's easy. People's elbow.
So you're more of a Bill Hicks type
joke.
One of those more thought-provoking comedians.
That I wrote.
Yeah, you make people
that
go,
was a good opener. It was quick, to the point. Then
Yeah.
I would go on a 25-minute rant about being named Scotty Goldman, Jewish warrior. So
Right, and people go, that's sticking it to the man.
I think they liked it, but they wanted to know off that the guy's talking wrestling, making jokes.
As much as you are a funny man, you have given some incredible dramatic performances.
Thank
you. You played Harlan Betts on a 2017 episode of Chicago PD.
I was just about to, okay, yeah.
And then in 2019, you were on an episode of Chicago Fire as hazmat leader.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the forbidden door. Are you allowed on just any show with Chicago in the title?
Listen, I've been gunning for Chicago Med, and I have done auditions.
Yeah.
And it's mind-blowing why they wouldn't just pick up the phone.
Hit the cycle?
It's right there.
When will Chicago TV shows burn down?
Well, not on my watch as a hazmat leader.
What about Chicago the musical?
What about it?
Ba-dum-ba, the piano's hot. What about that? There
Oh,
should be something you
you
could do.
sing-songing and dropping musical drops on this show?
Sing-songing.
I did not expect that.
You played the Brooklyn Brawler on Young Rock. You were
Yes.
like the only guy they cast who kind of looked like the guy.
I know.
They asked me to audition for Ahmed Johnson.
Okay, that sounds racist.
Did they force you to pretend to like Black Adam too?
That sounds even more racist.
Oh my God! Who would play Young Colt?
Who would play young Colt?
Yeah.
Max, obviously, my son.
Aw.
MJF.
Yeah. What about me? Ah, we're having a good time. Fun wrestling. Look over there. Whack.
Wow, did you write that
Whoa.
down? Did you write that little joke down
No, that's
on
coming
there?
from me now. I'm just riffing. Whoa, that thing you used to do. That would've
Used
been
to
great.
do, like don't wrestle anymore?
Your submission move is the Billy Goat's Curse.
Yes.
You were really doing that goat thing before anyone else. It's based on the Chicago Cubs goat curse, which lasted 108
Wait,
years.
do you remember on your show when you did with Brian?
Yeah.
Where you kept on asking him about Goat Boy?
Yeah. What about it? Compliment me.
great
It was
stuff.
great. You can compliment me on my own show. I'll gladly take
I wanted
it.
to Farley out here. That was great.
And you thought, gee, that's a good curse for me to take on. So you took on that goat curse. What will it take to break that curse?
A win on Dynamite.
Just one and we're done?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
What I admire about you is that, I look at a Carlin or a Pryor and I see how their acts evolved over time. But you said, hey, no matter what
AEW.
I'm going through,
Okay.
I'm doing the flying no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what mood I'm in,
Yes.
I'm giving the people that whether they asked for it or not.
Jericho, always doing the code breakers.
Right.
Sting, doing this.
Right.
The Bucks, super kicking. Cabana, to the chest.
You know what I think of when I hear flying? John Travolta. You are a former Jewish North American champion.
Yeah.
But you were also a former champion of the Christian Wrestling Alliance. Religious uniter or spiritual hypocrite? It's on your Cage Match profile. Can't run from it now.
I don't remember
answer,
that.
Answer for those choices.
I don't remember that. Why don't you ask me where I won the Jewish championship?
Where did you win the Jewish championship?
In Toronto, in an Orthodox Jew's backyard, in front of 400 Orthodox Jews, where I then went on live commentary during a battle royal and asked if anyone was going to cut a hole in the middle of the mat. And the Orthodox Jews laughed so hard at that. That's a hole in the sheet joke.
Right.
Right, I'll explain it.
They'll look it up.
Yeah.
You're also a former Juggalo champion. Is that a religion?
Whoop, whoop.
Should the ICP have to pay taxes?
Whoop, whoop. Why wouldn't they?
Well, I'm saying if they're a bit of a religion.
I get a check when I wrestle for them, and it says Psychopathic Records LLC. They definitely pay their taxes.
Who is better, the Jewish Champion Alliance or the ICP?
Who's better?
And who paid better? Who would you work for again? Okay, guess we're not saying. Play in the middle. Give a nice uniting statement for pro wrestling fans of all creeds.
Say that again?
All creeds and religions. Unite them with a statement. Because you've been all over the map right now.
Hey, be good.
There we go.
Chicago.
Now, good.
Hey, let's have a dog.
Yes.
Hey, let's have a beef together. How's that?
See, and we can all put our differences aside to watch mildly humorous chain wrestling. Well, this has been a Cabana-rama, and I think you're a gold man. And I know you're a funny man. You love the yucks. But I also know about the sad clowns, because I am one.
Yeah.
And we feel the hardest, and we care the most. And I just want to say, I love you, and I care for you.
Thank you.
And I'm here for you.
Thank you. I do not consent to this. Boy, were those clammy.
That'll read well.
Boy.